Okay. The St. Luke's Hospital to my left. My home away from home. Hopefully never again. Jesus. Dark days in there. Darkest days of my life in there. I was a salvage diver for many years. I was down putting airbags on a wreck on the bottom, and the ship, I was alone, and the ship rolled onto me, mashed me down in the mud. I was in a hard hat, dry suit hard hat, you know, typical. So it didn't pinch off, the mud was soft, so it didn't pinch off any of the air supply, so I could keep breathing down there for, you know, theoretically for months. But I didn't know how the other crew was going to get the ship upright to get it off of me. And I didn't know how long it was going to take, and I didn't know what else would happen, you know. Something could shift a little bit, pinch off the air, and I am screwed. I couldn't even reach my bailout bottle back up here. So I just had to lay down there. Turned out to be, I think, 11 and a half hours. And that was a dark time. It was a dark, I mean, literally it was black, but it was a dark psychological time. And the days, the many days I spent in St. Luke's Hospital right there were darker than that. So I get a kind of an ugly feeling every time I walk by that place. I there 3 or 4 times since I've been in the Philippines. Each time for a week or more. Huge cost. First 3 times I didn't have insurance. Huge cost. Wiped out much of my life savings. And you can't even hear yourself think when those guys are going by, which is their intent. Try to get attention, you know. But anyway, it turned out that I had hyperacidity. Okay, it seems like a simple cure. You take antacid. No, it didn't work. So you take more antacid, didn't work. So you take other kinds of antacid, didn't work. Finally put me on some stuff called a PPI, proton pump inhibitor. And that worked. That really worked. Great. Felt great. Felt better than I had for decades. And then I started Googling around about that crap. And all the Googling said it was terrible, it's bad for you. So I started trying to wean myself off of it. And then I got really sick. Ended up in St. Luke's back there. Couldn't stand up, couldn't sit up. Just nothing, just fading away. And I got 6 units of blood one time and 5 units of blood a couple other times. And they would patch me up with mega antibiotics and send me home, and 2 months later I'd be right back in there. And it was hell for almost 2 years. And they told me, well, in my last written report out of there, they told me to stop taking those PPIs, wean off for a couple of weeks and then stop. And I did. And then I got truly sick, insanely sick. Where am I going? We're on a mission to find a particular cat today. That's what we're doing, so I'm not 100% sure where I am. And that time was really close to death. Really close. A number of times I dreamed that I did die. How do I get through here? Ha! Don't know where I am. Shit. And anyway, so they patched me up, sent me home. I couldn't really walk for 6 weeks. Slowly got stronger and stronger. And the doctor that time, different doctor, they said, well, why'd you stop the PPI? And I said, well, here's the written diagnosis from the last doctor. Look right there, it says stop PPI. And that's what I did. She said, oh, no. You're going to be on that the rest of your life. I said, no, I don't want to take this shit for the rest of my life. And they said, well, you know, as far as side effects and bad effects, you know, we can counteract those. We'll dose you up on vitamin B12 and do a bunch of other things and keep you healthy, but if you stop taking this shit, you're going to die. I had so many bleeding ulcers that they stopped counting. And so I went back on the PPI. And within a month, felt like I was 30 years old. And I've stayed on them ever since. Jesus. God, I'm tired of everything being choked and crowded here. Can't even walk. So I'm hoping that's going to be the end of it. You know, the side effects of the PPI, the bad side effects don't show up for years. You know, chances are I won't even be around when they show up. So they did every test on Earth and then got creative trying to figure out the cause of the hyperacidity. A couple of diseases that'll cause it, and there's a lot of things that usually, generally, typically cause it. And I was negative for all of them. Everything they tested, I was negative for it. So had I don't know how many endoscopies, and then the other thing also, which shall remain nameless. And everything was just good except for all the bleeding ulcers caused by the hyperacidity. And they never did figure out what was causing the hyperacidity. Never figured it out. Never got a clue. They still don't know today. So I'm just on PPI for the rest of my life. That's all there is to it. I know, oddly enough, I know another guy, an old neighbor in the U.S., who has exactly the same condition. Exactly. And he's living fine, living his good life, taking the PPI. So I guess that's just what some of us have to do. God, they just don't know other people exist in the world. They just don't know it. You find that in almost any urban environment you walk in, but never more than you find in BGC in Manila. These are the most, I don't know, airheaded, I guess, people I've ever been around as far as walking around. They just can't figure out how to do it. And they do it a lot. But they still can't figure it out. So anyway, our mission today is to find a particular cat. He's going to be back here on the backside of BGC. I mean, not BGC, Forbes Town. There's a little nature trail back here. If I can remember how to get into it. There's a couple of entry points into it. Shit. God, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, you know? And I gotta find one of those entry points. And the whole reason we're going to see him, he's this really rough and rangy old tomcat. Lives back there in the bushes. And he's kind of sort of friendly. He wants to be friends, but he's scared. But he has got the most haunting meow of any cat I've ever heard in my entire life. And when I encountered him before, I didn't have anything to record with. I think my battery was dead or was overheated or some damn thing. I couldn't record him. So I want to record him and use that for one of the intros to my videos. You know, it's the life of a retired expat. You know, that's all we've got to do. Spend the whole day looking for a cat to record his meow. That's kind of absurd, but it is what it is. There, I think that's the entrance over there. Because I've been lost here so many times that now I'm not quite as lost as I used to be. I think that's it, yeah. Okay, we're going to shut down for a few minutes. And then when I get close to the cat thing, we'll come back. Oh, I just want to get this little sign. I've never seen one of these signs. I see all kinds of signs here. I've never seen this one. BGC, be responsible, no poop and pee zone. Violators will be fined. Please keep the landscape clean and green. Well, the people here are really ridiculous about cleaning up the poop. I've never seen a sign saying no poop. Wow, that's getting medieval. What? What do you want? Oh, you have rhino. Okay, and once again, recorded a long stretch with a whole bunch of kitties. And the Go 3, the Insta360 Go 3 just didn't record. Just decided it didn't want to record. Had a red dot, showed it was recording, but it wasn't recording. All just nothing, just... God, these little toy cameras are really starting to piss me off, I'm sorry. So I think probably the last 15 minutes didn't even get recorded. That's just a waste of everybody's time. What a son of a bitch. I'm really tired of these cameras. All of them. None of them have been reliable. Not one, not any of them. My old DSLRs are 100% reliable, but not these little toy pieces of shit they're coming up with now. The DJI Pocket 3 fails all the time, just stops recording. And the Insta360 Go 3 stops all the time. Insta360 X3 and 4 stop all the time. They just stop. The GoPros, all the GoPros stop all the time. And now they tell me even the Hero 13 Black stops all the time. You know, they got one fucking job, you know, it's called record video, and they can't do that. Jesus. They got a billion options, every kind of cool, tricky feature. But if they don't record, it doesn't frickin' matter, does it? Sucking hell. Oh, God. Coming up on the kitten corner. There's the bloodthirsty little bastards right there. They bit me a while back. Really hard. Drew a lot of blood. Oh, I hear meowing. I can't resist meowing. This one is really... Where's all the other ones? Oh, he's got trouble. Has he got food? No, his food. See, he ran to his dish because he thought I was here to feed him. Okay, well, I am actually. Okay, meow, 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 meow. Okay. Okay, come on. This is really good. $15 a pound food. Good for kitties. Yes. Really, trust me. Come on, it's okay. Meow, meow. Oh, he's in bad shape. Meow. Meow, meow, look. Are you scared of the people? Look. It's good food. Okay, I'll back off. And I'll see if you go to the food. Oh, he's in rough shape. He's got some kind of problem. I think sick. He's sick. Yeah. Oi. Ah. Yeah. Aye. That's very terrible.
Seems like something bite on his
Yeah, I know. I see that. Yeah. And he doesn't want the food, so. Ah, jeez. I hate this. Is the worst part of trying to help these cats. You can only help them to a point. This is why people start cat rescues. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, this one's really wary. This one's pretty thin. These cats are on the border. Kind of in the Badlands back here, so they don't get the care that the ones in the middle of BGC get. There, gonna eat. Let's see how much this one likes that $15 a pound. Nope. Now look, okay, here we go. I just did a video on this. This is a Halo holistic food. I paid let's see, $16, $17 a pound for this dry food. And they won't eat it. I found like 1 out of 10 that'll eat it. Now this guy's really thin. He's living not a good life back here. See, he won't even go to that dish. Oh, he's gonna look at it. To them, it's shit. It's crap. So that's enough of the expensive cat food. Yeah, he won't even go to that dish. He's checking all the other dishes. Psh, psh, psh. Meow, meow. What? I gave you a lot of really expensive food there, and it sucks, I guess. That's really terrible. This is not a good advertisement for Halo holistic chicken flavor. Maybe some other flavors they like, but they sure as hell don't like this one. And I've tasted it a couple of times to see if there's something really rank about it. No, it tastes probably the best cat food I ever ate. Yeah, I don't know where the other kittens are. There's about 7 of them usually. They're not home today. So the one with the really weird yell, the one that is the focus of our quest today, is up here just a little ways, probably 50 meters where I saw him last. They range around a little bit, but typically they stay kind of in one place. You know, they stake out their little locations like prostitutes on the street. So I don't see him. Usually if there's people, he'll come out. So, and he's not coming out. So maybe he's busy with some other cat errand. Let's see, where does he live? He must be farther up here.
To the warehouse.
I remember last time I saw him that it was kind of bushy in back of where he was. But the whole point of this, I don't know how much got cut out when this camera was supposed to be recording in it, and it didn't. So the point is that this cat has the most unique yowl that I've ever heard in any cat in my life. And when I was here before, I wanted to record him, but I know my batteries were dead or my cameras were overheated, or the usual shit with these little so-called quote-unquote action cameras. You gotta have 5 of them to get one that's gonna work at any given moment. That day I had 2, neither of them would work. So now I got a fresh battery, 2 cameras. We'll see. I really want to record. I want to use that yell for one of the intros in my in my videos. 10 Bears Travel Channel. I want to have a yelling, scary-looking cat. He was all beat to rat shit. He was a rough customer. Tomcat, I assume. I don't know, where the hell did he live? Seemed like it was that stretch right there. But it seemed like it was that stretch with that little ditch running through it. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's farther up. The second time I've gone looking for him, couldn't find him, so maybe he is relocated. As I recall, he was orange tabby, I think. Now, I remember there was bushes behind where he lived, and there's no bushes behind this little hedgerow. So I do not know. To my right there's the golf course. That's the huge, gigantic BGC golf course. And I don't golf, so I've never been in there. We're doing this the wrong way. We're going uphill, and they just make you sweat all the more. I don't know. I mean, wouldn't it be fun to have quads in there? I think that'd be a hell of a lot more productive than golfing. Yeah, knock down those trees, go paragliding, PPG, that'd be better. Okay, kitty, where the hell are you? He acted like he lived there. Yeah, I think we passed the spot where he was. Yeah, I think it was in this area. I think it was right in here. I think it was pretty close in this area. It looks very familiar. Meow, meow, meow. Dang it. That's a long, hot walk. Shit, he could be anywhere. I'll be ready for him next time. That was a very unique, creepy, it sounded like a wounded Bigfoot. So we're on the backside of Forbes Town, between Forbes Town and the golf course. BGC, Bonifacio Global City. It's Stepford Wives, which means it's very boring. In some ways that's nice, but in other ways it's very boring. Now, you're walking along this trail, you notice that we haven't seen one snake. In Thailand we would have almost certainly seen one. Might have seen 2, 3, 4, 5. Certainly we would have seen one. Half of whom would have been poisonous cobras and or whatever the hell. Would have been snarling wild dogs and nasty shit like that. Okay, well, I'm positive we went through his area, so am I going to go through more area? I don't know, I got 50% battery. I've never been past the little areas up here. Yeah, let's just go up there. Hell, it's a coolish day with a breeze. Let's try to go to the end of this. I've never been to the very end. Go in this direction. It's still hot. I mean, it's a coolish day. When I say coolish, I mean 86 and 89% humidity. That's coolish. It's very often 94, 96, and 93% humidity, and my God. They got some clearings here that are really nice to just go sit and have a picnic. They're always quiet. Nobody's ever in there with a boombox. The guards would be on them. Within 5 minutes, the guards would be on them. No beer bottles, there's no condoms, there's no syringes. As much as I bash the Philippines, and God knows it deserves it, as much as I bash the Philippines, there are some really, really, really good points about the Philippines. As much as I bash BGC for being boring, well, the other side of that coin is, it is, by God, safe. It is safe. Nice little washrooms here, they're maintained. I think the one doesn't have a door, but that's a bridge too far. In Thailand, there would be people having sex over there. You won't find that here. Some of these high rises here, I've known people lived in them for $8,000 a month, 8,000 US a month, which is somewhat high for Philippines. Now it's really uphill. And people get these Northland dogs. They're big and they're hairy. And they bring them into this climate and they're miserable. They're okay sitting in the living room in your condo, but you take them out on the trail, they're just miserable. I suspect a lot of them die early because it's just too hot for them. Oh, this is a big uphill. Dang it, I should have gone the other way. Okay, I'm going to click off for a minute. Okay, made it to the top of the trail. A cool big concrete wall there with a bunch of vines on it. I have no idea what's on the other side of it. Could be a home, I don't know. Down that trail. Doesn't seem to be any cats up in this section. South of that little hairpin turn, there virtually never see cats up here. I don't know why. There was a hotel here, big fancy high-end prominent, famous hotel. Started with a S. And years ago, they had a lot of cats hanging around. All the residents loved them. Everybody fed them. Really well taken care of. But the hotel management decided, no, we don't like cats. We're going to speak for everybody. We don't like cats. And they hired a crew to come in and catch hundreds of cats, trapped them. And overnight they all disappeared. Nobody ever found them. And people were apoplectic at that hotel / apartments near here, near Forbes Town. And like a year later, under tremendous public pressure to know what happened to those cats, they just said, well, they were relocated. Hundreds? Where? Took them over in Pasig and dropped them. That's what you did. And they all died. So the reports were that hotel almost went under due to the bad reviews for some period of time, year or two. And then, people moved on to other outrages. Oh, here, I'll show you this. Filipinos like art, but only Filipinos understand their art. Nobody else understands their art. I don't understand their art. Here's an incredibly expensive stainless steel work of art. Can you see that? Yeah. Don't know what it's supposed to be. Maybe a boat. Don't know. Maybe a boat with sails, or don't know. Don't care. That's how all of their art is incredibly expensive. Doesn't inspire anything at all that not to my way of thinking. Let's see. Let's go through Forbes Town. No reason to go back down that trail. I was walking home from the store today and the camera was hot and had shut down. And an old expat, probably late 70s, obviously not functioning as well as he could. And he's walking with a 20-something hot Filipina girl. And I'm used to that in all over Southeast Asia, but particularly after 10 years in Thailand, you don't even really look anymore. And you see that. And I glanced at it and glanced over. There were some guards sitting on their motorbikes close to where this couple was crossing the street. They just busted out laughing. The age of consent in Philippines was 12 years old, up until just a couple of years ago. And that was pretty sleazy. Okay. We'll try, if I have the energy, if the Red Bull doesn't wear off, try to walk over and say hello to GV. Only decent friend I've got here. Let's see, I'll cut through here. I'm not 100% sure where I am. I don't usually come out that way. But certainly in BGC. This would be Forbes Town area, like a block off of Forbes Town. something that I muse over is the BGC guards are anal retentive to the nth degree. Yeah, let's go this way. And I was sitting on a concrete ledge a couple of months ago watching some street performers. Guards came over and rousted me because they thought perhaps my back was touching some of the leaves on a hedge that was growing there. And that turned into a mini spectacle. I reported him to BGC, to the admin, but I doubt anything happened to him. So that's an example of how anal retentive some of these assholes can be, and some of them are insane. The weird thing is, they don't look sideways at all, ever. They don't even glance at jaywalkers. And you would think in this super, ultra, uber controlled society in BGC that they would be out there arresting you for jaywalking. But they don't. They don't care about it at all. And people get hit, but they still don't care. But it's just a incongruent kind of thing. Why are they crazy about some things and don't care about some other things? God, I'm running in sweat. I'm close to heat exhaustion. I need to find a 7-Eleven or something and get some liquids. Trying to remember if I remember that park. I first got here, first 6 months, I could only get around by GPS, but that was ridiculous because the signals apparently, I haven't read up on it, but they appear to bounce off these buildings and it can report you blocks from where you are. Say you're going one direction when you're going a different direction. And you just better learn the landmarks. The GPS sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but you're not going to know if it's working. It's going to show you in a certain place. It's going to show you walk in a certain direction. You might be in a completely different place, walk in the wrong direction. You won't know it for 2, 3, 4 blocks. Until it resets itself somehow, gets a clear signal. You can Google Maps search for for a business that you're next to, and that can help you reorient yourself. I don't have much walking left in me. I'm really fading here. 80 seconds now. BGC in High Street, there's not any good places to just sit outside and order a tall Coke. They've made it very inconvenient for people to be in High Street. And I suspect it is because They want to force people to come in and sit down and eat food. Consequently, a lot of people do go to High Street, but a lot of people don't, because it's not a comfortable place to be. There's no place to sit. There's no place to sit. And the guards tell me that's done by design. They don't want, ne'er-do-wells coming and sitting there. Okay, well, that's fine. But that means that the nice residents can't come and sit there either. What the hell are you doing? Jesus. Oh, I have no idea what there's more Filipino art. Yeah, okay. Well, that's meaningful, right? Astronaut. Gigantic astronaut laying on his side with light blue stripes going through him in the back and the front. I can't see the meaning. Sorry. Let's see, there's McDonald's. Oh, I could get something in McDonald's. I'd figure out how to even get in there. Oh no, looks like they're crowded. Maybe, let's see. The queues are so slow. Oh yeah, no. Oh God, no, that's 20 minutes to 30 minutes in that queue because they're so slow. It's like they're moving backwards. So that's not worth the trouble. They could increase their sales 30, 40, 50%, 60% maybe. Jesus. If they just move their asses just a little bit. It's called training. It's called employee training. I used to do it almost 30 years. The Philippines, no. It's a common theme all through Southeast Asia, but Philippines especially. Philippines is the slowest country I've ever seen anywhere in the world. These are high-end condos. Some of them are not priced too badly. Some of them are insanely high. You get a private elevator, you get 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, yeah, it's going to be really, really high. Sometimes this park is just about wall to wall. You can hardly walk through it. But this is all Filipinos. This is foreigners. Don't come here really at all. What are they doing? Oh, they're singing. I don't know. No idea. Okay, let's head over to... Oh, his battery's shot. Okay. Probably got 2 minutes. I've got 2 of these. This is the Go 3. Is it a Go 3S? I'm not sure. Go 3 something. And they're really not bad little cameras. The battery life sucks, 30 minutes. That's it. That's it. And then it's 35, 40 minutes to recharge. I've got a couple of them, but I guess I always keep thinking that magically somehow my battery's going to go longer this time than it ever has gone before. So I tend to only bring one. And I have to get a lobotomy and fix that. Yeah, okay, we're toast. Okay. The Go 3 is dead. We're on the Insta360 X4. You can see the quality of the video dropped dramatically. It's not because the camera is bad, but just really because of the way the camera records. It does what it's supposed to do, as well as it can do it. It's not, the X4 is not a faulty camera. It's just, its capabilities are limited. So we'll go through this nice little park here. This is a very active park. If I had kids, I would bring them here. If I had cats, I would bring them here. This way. Oh, that kind of angles up that way. I'm tired. I need liquids. Need hydration. The thing about Southeast Asia is it's humid as hell and it's hot as hell, so you sweat, and the sweat doesn't do any good because you're already wet. And the sweat doesn't help you. It doesn't help cool you down. So the body says, oh hell, this isn't working, I better sweat some more. And that doesn't work, so the body says, oh hell, I better sweat some more. So it does. None of it helps. And then pretty soon you're dehydrated. And you can become dehydrated enough to end up in the hospital just in a few hours. In the desert, when you sweat, it really helps to cool you. So sweating is very efficient in a dry climate. The only drawback to the desert climate is that you're not aware of it when you're sweating. You don't get wet. It's gone. It evaporates. And it's the evaporation that causes the cooling. And it works. So I'd rather be in a hot desert than in a jungle. But even in the desert, you've got to be pretty damn careful. Let's see. Oh yeah, I know where I am. No, wait, no, I don't either. Not where I thought I was. Oh, there's bench. Oh, yeah, not where I thought I was. Okay. High Street coming up. Go on over. God, I can actually cross this street without an armed guard. That's amazing. Holy shit. There was a little place over here, a little chicken stand, where I would stop most days and get an iced tea. And it was an okay size, just normal iced tea, wasn't anything special, just normal iced tea. And I never looked at the price. Hand them a couple of bills and they'd take them, give me some change, and I assumed it was a normal price, $1.50 or something. But just iced tea. In a disposable cup, And one day, I handed him what I thought was plenty of money for the iced tea, and they said, no, we need more. I said, wait a minute, what do you mean you need more? I just gave you $5. And they're like, yeah, it's $5.80 or something for this cup of iced tea. And that was the last time for me. insane. Cost them probably 10 cents to make that. So that's pretty good profit margin. And so many things in the Philippines are like that, where they want to make obscene profit. And then they just don't understand why you don't come back. I don't see GB, it's 4:30. They should be done with this siesta. Huh, I don't know. I'll go up and see if there's any weird acting cats up here. There's one place up here where the cats act pretty weird. Sometimes that's good for a minute of video. You see GV?
He's there.
Oh, he's oh, okay. Okay, 7 is where the weirdo cats hang out. Oh, only 1, 2, 3. There's 3 cats. Oh, they're in the chairs today. Usually they're on the tables. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, that's a big lunker there. Oh, holy crap, he's a big one. They won't even open their eyes. They feel so safe. And there's another. Everywhere you look, right in this area, there's a cat. K-A-T. There we go. Oh, yeah. How are you doing? You're fat. I'm not going to give you any food. You're just fat already. You're fat already. You don't need anything. I saved my food for the starving kitties. And you're anything but starving. You're kind of like obscene. What are you doing back there? Oh, you're trying to get the food. Oh, you little turkey. I got food in my back pocket in a plastic bag. He's trying to dig open the bag. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. You don't need anything. Trust me. No, no, no. I think the guard said GV was sleeping. So, that's okay. Well, the Asians are getting so good at emulating Western looks that it's hard to tell. Usually you can tell, but sometimes you can't. They do skin whiteners and dye their hair and little surgery here and surgery there, and they're Caucasian until they open their mouth. What the hell? What's she got? Well, quite a few people. I want to go over, see if I can feed Quill. I'm getting a dehydration headache now, though. That means it's advancing. When you think you might be dehydrated, you are. And when that headache starts setting in, you're seriously dehydrated. That's time to go get liquid, like right now.
Dapat dito lang ma'am kay ate, oh. Kailan mo babenta yung food? Mga 27.
I'd love to go get a glass of that tea. Not going to pay $5.70 for it. Oh, can I get a big Coke Zero in here? Well, there's nobody there. Let's try it. Let's try it and find out. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Do you have Coke Zero?
We don't have Coke Zero, but we have Pepsi.
You have
Iced tea, pineapple, Mountain Dew.
pineapple?
Pineapple.
Yeah, large.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
95 pesos.
95?
I see 100.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello. Hot. Hot. Ah. Oh, yeah.
Hindi, pineapple.
Pineapple.
For your change, 5
Okay,
pesos.
thank you. I don't want. Thank you
Thank you, sir.
very much.
Have a great day.
Okay. Okay. Managed to get a big glass of pineapple juice. That helped. Probably should have had 2 or 3. About $1.60, which is absurd. Absurd. But it beats the hell out of $5.70 for tea. So, Philippines is cheap if you go to cheap places. You know, this is BGC and it's ludicrous. Prices are driving people out. Driving me out. And the people are not friendly at all. At all. So we'll go see if we can find. Oh, there's Milky. Let's feed Milky a little bit. I haven't fed Milky for a while. Milky is a master at getting food, so I don't worry about Milky. Milky, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? You want some food? Or do you want it? Eat it. Here, let's go here. Where'd you go? Here. Okay. It's really good. It's really expensive. Doesn't mean it's really good, but yeah, that's it. That's it, Milky. That's all there is. What the hell? What the hell? You look at me like I'm crazy. What? Milky, look. Look, Milky. Look. Look, it's really Milky. Oh my God, this is more of that Halo Holistic. $15, $16 a pound. And they just won't eat it. These are street cats, you know. These are homeless cats, and they won't eat $16 a pound freaking cat food. Holy shit. Okay. Quill will. Quill's a little vacuum cleaner. She's probably hanging out down here. Funny, you can walk around all these places with little cameras, tiny cameras. You'll have almost no trouble with the guards. As if you carry bigger and bigger cameras, you will have more and more trouble with the guards. It's just something they've got in their heads. Maybe they're trained that way. Somehow they think that big cameras mean trouble. I do not understand the reasoning of that. Oh, where's Quill? Check over here. She could be anywhere. It's cooled off enough, the cats are out. Siesta's over. I don't know. She could be anywhere. I'll walk around a little bit. I want to get rid of this food. Yeah, Milky did not eat that. She, you probably can't see her on this lens, but she's just sitting over there. She wouldn't touch it. Well, that's a good lesson for me. $16 a pound, for God's sake. Wasted. It's just totally wasted, except for the education. Holy crap. That's really, really disappointing. I really thought I was doing a favor for him. You know, maybe it's really, really good for them internally, but they sure as hell don't care about eating it. It's not a treat for them to eat it. God, that's pretty bad. Sometimes Quill hangs out over here if there's people. Mooching, always mooching. She was really thin when she first got here months ago. And I brought her salmon and really good stuff every day. Salmon and tuna and sardines and the best I could find every day. Got her stronger and stronger, and she got fatter and fatter. Now she's at the perfect weight. And she's tougher, she can defend herself. And she's learned how to get food. So I consider that a success story. And see this really decrepit cat over here if she's there. She won't eat this food either, so I might as well just dump it out somewhere. She might, I'm not sure. I don't think she's in there. She's got nice fresh food. Nice fresh food there. She hasn't touched it. Nothing has touched it. Fresh water. She's really thin, but she never seems to want to eat. She's got rhinovirus. Yeah, I don't know where she is. I don't know where she goes. Because she never goes out and associates with the people or other cats. She's either here or she's not. I don't know. If she's not here, I don't know where the hell she is. I've never figured it out. Wait. Is that her? Oh, it is her. She's in there. She's camouflaged. Meow, meow. I don't know why I'm calling her out, because she won't eat my $15 per pound food. Well, I can pour some in there anyway. can't hurt anything. See, she's just raggedy and rough and filthy. Okay, okay. You already have food, but see if you like this any better. Here you go. Try that. Try it. Yeah, she's eating it. That's interesting. Let's see. Is she picking the expensive stuff? I think she is, yeah. So she wouldn't eat the food that the volunteers brought, but she is eating this. She's really raggedy. She needs a lot of care. Oh, I think she's got a dental problem. She's having a really hard time eating that food. That could explain her condition. Seems to be a lot of cats with dental problems here. Let's see how she does for a minute. Yeah, she's having trouble with every piece. I think she's got a dental problem. Makes it hard to eat, probably hurts to eat, so she doesn't eat enough. That's why there's always food here, but she's thin. That's interesting. Well, she's been here like 6 months now. Volunteers haven't figured this out, so I don't know. Okay, well, I don't have any reason to hang around here. Okay? Are you okay, kitty? Meow? Meow? Okay. Looks like she's had a lot of diarrhea too. Shit. She's in tough shape. She needs some care. But she prefers that new food, so that's something. Okay, whatever. I'm done. I'm too hot, too tired, too thirsty. I'd love to sit and have coffee, but just too ticked off of that place. People in my seats anyway, so shit. Just as well. Oh, rush hour. Rush hour. Little group practicing something up here, God knows what. Oh, look at that. It's not fighting, it's not dancing. I don't know what it is. Don't know. See which way home. Go the interesting way. It's more interesting to go this way. Otherwise, too depressing. Anything around Home Depot, the Home Depot complex, anything there just depresses the hell out of me. Because the businesses in there, they just sit there and languish day after day after day after week after month. with no customers, and I don't know how they even pay the rent. It's just too sad to watch them sit there and they're slumped over at their desks and nothing to do. They've already swept the floor 16 times. The lighting in there is really dark because they can't afford the electricity to make it a bright and cheery place. It saves a block and a half or whatever, but it's not worth it. It's just too much of a downer to walk through there. This way, sometimes you see weird stuff, so it's worthwhile. Sometimes there's just nothing to say, but I let the cameras run because if it was me and I had never been to Southeast Asia, I would be riveted to every image and every scene and every clip, trying to imagine what it's like. So I just let it run. People don't like it, they can turn it off. Fast forward, skip, whatever. But some people will get benefit from it. Some people will use the average everyday scenes instead, not the tourist snapshots, but the everyday scenes of walking around, and they'll be able to use that to make a decision on whether to come to the Philippines or Southeast Asia or not. So, even just walking around filming without any audio input, it's all data. Somebody somewhere will get a use from it. I sure as hell would have if there was anything like this before I ever came to Southeast Asia. Oh God, that's a nice shot. Is it working? Yeah, that's a nice shot. Storm clouds in the background. That's a good shot. See, normally I would have a DSLR with a big wide angle lens on it, and I would get a gorgeous shot of this with those clouds. But if you walk around here with a DSLR, you're going to get accosted by the guards. Do you have a license? Do you have a license? Give me camera. Give me camera. Delete the photo. Delete the photo. No photos, BGC. Fucking hell. Oh my God. As I've said before, once I found out that was the case in BGC, it killed a solid, at least 50 solid % of my interest in BGC, or the Philippines really, to know that they had become photophobic. I just don't have the patience or the tolerance for that kind of stupid shit. Sorry, I don't have it. So I sneak around with my little tiny cameras, get clips and shots that could be so much better with a proper camera, but which would cause you trouble. Let's see if I can make this. Oh no, I can't. It changed. Oh hell. Oh. I don't know if you ever studied Dianetics. In the early days, Ron L. Hubbard wrote the original book on it. It was his baby, Dianetics. And the premise was that your brain is kind of like a typewriter. When shit happens to you in life, sometimes the R key or the L key, they get so traumatized they get stuck down. But you just continue bumbling on through your life, typing on a keyboard with no R key or no L key. Not really realizing that you're not making as much sense as you could. I got an R key coming up right here on the left. This little garden. Little kitten was trying to cross this road one busy Friday night. Kitty corner across here. He was about 10, 11 weeks old. Scroungy, dirty, hair missing. Could barely walk, and he was trying to get across here for whatever, God knows, whatever reason. And he wasn't going to make it. Cars were swerving, honking, screeching. And I got out there, and I couldn't get a hold of him. He ran from me under the cars, and the cars were trying to keep from hitting him, and it was just a cluster F. And I finally herded him across, like you would herd a cow. Got him over to this point right here on the center of the screen right here. And he gave up and just said, okay, kill me if you want. And I scruffed him, picked him up. And I was going to an appointment. And there was no way I could deal with him at all. My condo wouldn't accept him. There's no way I could deal with him at all. But he was really ragged and he was really tired. And so I picked him up and I put him over here in this garden right here on the left. And there was a teeny little bit of a puddle of water in there. And I thought, okay, and I showed him the water. I thought, okay, I'll drink a little bit of water, he'll lay down, go to sleep. And I'll come back after my appointment in probably a couple hours. And I'll root through there and I'll find him, and then maybe I'll call some volunteers or something. We'll figure out what the hell to do with him. And my heart just went out to him, you know, the poor little bugger. He was fighting as hard as he could to stay alive, but he didn't know what to do or where to go. And so I put him in there, and I went to my appointment, got done, came back, he wasn't anywhere to be found. And I suspect that he went back out into the street and got run over probably within a minute or two of me leaving him. I couldn't find any dead cats, but they're pretty good about cleaning them up here. So, you know, that's just one of my stuck keys. It's one of my life regrets. So every time I walk by this corner now, that key for me is stuck down. Like, what could I have done different? Well, sometimes there's just nothing you can do different. It is what it is, and that's all there is to it. And you just got to choke it down and accept it and try to do better the next time. Dianetics, you know, the old school Dianetics could probably straighten that out. You try to figure out what the hell these people think they're going to do. God almighty. Huh. Okay. I'm done. Done for the night. Get across there without being killed. This lady made it, so maybe there's hope for me.